reason I'm tired is because, well, the title of this video was originally about what are you doing, a vision for yourself. It was focusing on yourself, your family, your community, and the nation. I wanted to talk about Jesus freaks for a second, but I ain't mean Jesus freaks like people who worship Christianity. I meant Jesus because we say Jesus freaks because they always talking about, Jesus this, what would Jesus do? They be like, Jesus there, Jesus. And I guess it's kind of like the African-centered person, or some of the African-centered persons, have gotten to the point where they're not really different than the Jesus freaks. And that's just to say that in Comedics or Yoruba, or really the tenets of any spiritual philosophy, are to make you the best person that you could be. Now, knowing that Africans were the first people on the earth and the first people who basically came up with spiritual philosophies of all kinds, when we say like being the best person you can be, we also had it in the society. So it's like you're the best person that you can be in conjunction with how you're working with others. Like the first two, I have a blog on MySpace, but it's just about Jesus and Asar, and being Asar man. But just saying Asar is the highest man that you could achieve. Of course, women can achieve Asar man as well as Aset. Some of us probably wouldn't, as men, look at Aset the same way. But just saying that the Asar, Aset, and Heru, these type of figures, or these type of entities, deities, these things that you strive for, as like we know our personality. Like you can look at the tree of life, that our personality has many facets. They use chakras sometimes and these type of things. But just saying, we have all these different aspects to us as a person. We are the universe. We are part of the universe. So just saying, this is something that you strive for. Jesus freaks, or people who are Christianity, obviously Christianity is the later of the spiritual philosophy, so it has been simplified, because you have to look at the fact that people, I just say it like that, people didn't have as much technology per se. And I say technology, I just mean gadgets and things of that nature. They did, but they didn't view them the same way. It wasn't a focus on the material like Kwame Nkrumah teaches us that matter is primary, but coming from an African-centered perspective, just like the native people of this country who this land belongs to, being in America, just saying we worship, I say worship, the sea, the air, the trees, these type of things. And so that's just to say that when we say matter is primary, we don't mean gadgets or man-made gadgets. We mean ultimate matter, mountains, and things of this nature. So we focused on our relationship with the earth and relationship with the other most primary matter, which is other people. So just like when the first two commandments is love God and treat others as you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? So, but those things come from, obviously, other more developed spiritual philosophies, such as Comedics or Yoruba or other traditional African philosophies, or philosophies they may practice in India, or other nations that have been able to maintain some level of sovereignty, some level of cultural integrity outside of Africa, even though, because those are our closest cousins, if you will. So just saying, this is, so getting back to the Jesus freaks thing, a lot of people now, they want to worship. Of course, as an African, we are bound within ourselves, because we always had sun and rock, you know what I'm saying? And we are melanated people. It's a lot of positives to having melanin, a lot of positives that's natural, that are spiritually connected, physically, and a lot of different things. But one of the drawbacks of that could be, you know what I'm saying, is being a Jesus freak, is being somebody who, taken out of the context, obviously taken out of the context of our indigenous land, taken out of the context of our culture, as in a environment that we have set up that's congruent, but a society that is, I guess, homogenized, but a society that's just us and how we do, you know what I'm saying? Having a society like that, we've been removed from that. So now we're trying to put our African thoughts, what's in us, in someone else's context. And that brings up one of the reasons I'm tired, is because we have a lot of people that basically, it's good to want to have a God. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I mean, I have a God myself. But then at the same time, you know, we as people should, as Africans especially, if you truly seek God, if you truly seek if you truly seek enlightenment, and if you truly seek wanting to get to your highest self that you can attain, not only get to the highest self that you can attain, but also develop your higher self beyond that highest self that you know about now. If you want to get to that point, you will have to change the conditions around you, and those conditions go outside of yourself. So that's why I said, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? The visions for yourself. And that's what, you know, that brings me to that, is because if you don't want to actually take, because see, the thing about when you can see the examples of us and our material condition, we had that higher